Welcome to the Clinica TV, where we aim to explore everything beauty. I'm Lisa, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the very dreaded Zoom face phenomenon. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry, we're going to dive into all the details. But if this is your first time here, the Clinica is always offering discounts on beauty treatments and beauty tools, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check out the links in the description. Now, I started working for the Clinica in 2021, early 2021, and I'm sure many of you guys have experience too. Working is very different during the pandemic and with lockdown and quarantining, so I've been mainly working from home. And that means a lot of Zoom calls. And I have to admit, during these calls, I can't help it, but I'm always staring at my own face. Like while I'm talking, while someone else is talking, I'm always staring at my face. And then I just started noticing like, oh God, I have a pimple right there, or I'm starting to see lines. Oh God, why do I look so weird while talking? Like I just can't stop thinking these thoughts. And apparently I'm not alone. This is starting to become a new thing where a lot of people are feeling the same way. And this is what's called the Zoom phase. So Grazia magazine described it as the lockdown-specific video call transmitted conviction that your face is imperfect in ways that you were completely oblivious to before. And I feel it. I can totally relate. Signs of the Zoom phase and things that people are starting to hyper-focus on include dull skin, signs of tiredness like dark under eyes, weight gain, because being active is so hard right now. So we have saggy cheeks, we have saggy skin, of course we got the dreaded double chin, and as well we have dry, thinning lips, discoloration of lips, and overall more wrinkles, more lines. You're starting to notice the lines in your forehead while you express, and lines in your mouth while you're talking. Of course, the crow's feet too, and acne. Acne is just also another common thing. You're just starting to notice the spots more. So all of these signs, it's so hard not to focus on them during these calls. So in the past couple of months, I've started to take action and tried to come up with ways to help me feel better during these calls. And it includes a better skincare routine, improved makeup routine, working on upgrading my office space, and also researching into cosmetic treatments, because a lot of people are actually looking for different solutions. So we're gonna dive into all of those things. First up, we're gonna talk about skincare. So let me show you what I've been doing. So before, when we were working outside and we're going out, we were probably putting on more makeup, so it was so much easier to hide any skin imperfections. But now when we're working from home, most likely you're wearing less makeup, right? So it's harder to hide any skin imperfections or just the condition of your skin. So since I've been working from home, I've come up with a short routine, and I say short because obviously it varies for each person. I think mine has about 5 steps where I've noticed it helped my skin hydrate, and I feel better without even having to wear makeup. And I think it does show over Zoom calls. So I'm gonna show you what I do every morning. The first step we're gonna do, of course, is cleanse. This step varies for everyone. I have oily skin, so I do cleanse in the morning. So in the morning, I try to focus on controlling my oil and my acne. And I hear the best is to have the cleanser on your face for 30 seconds. So just take your time with it. I know you're late for your Zoom call, but it's important to make time to do this. Next step is toner. But basically toner, whatever toner you use, think of it as an additional treatment step, right? So whatever your skin condition is, if you're oily, if you're dry, you need more hydration, you can use a hydrating toner. Just choose a toner that will suit your needs, obviously, for your skin. So I'm using this one because, once again, it treats my oily skin and my acne. And then I'm just gonna sweep it across my face, focusing on obviously the more oily parts. Next step, serums. Once again, choose a serum that will treat your skin condition. So you can choose a hydrating serum, or most importantly, add in a vitamin C serum to your routine, because that will just help you with anti-aging and any fine lines that you're dealing with. So this is the gel I use after putting on my serums and my vitamin C. I put this on top, and as hyaluronic does, it locks in the moisture. It locks in the moisture, it adds in more moisture, there's B5 in here, and it just makes your skin feel so hydrated, and it's gonna glow, and you'll see. And finally, whatever your routine is, make sure to finish off with a sunscreen. All right, so that's the sunscreen, and now you're basically done your morning routine. You just let your products seep in for a bit, let the sunscreen sit, and that's basically it. So this is what I look like before doing my morning skincare routine, and here's what I look like afterwards. All right, now it's time for the makeup stage. Obviously, if you're working from home, just like me, I don't want to be piling on tons of makeup. So I've come up with a routine that I feel helps you look more awake, but is more on the light side. Because you know with webcams, they like wash you out and you look kind of like dead and sleepy, but this makeup routine, I feel, makes me feel more bright, awake, and that's kind of the goal. First, I use a very minimal foundation, mainly to spot treat. You can also use a concealer if you prefer, but I only use it on specific areas. For example, my nose, any cheeks, any spots. This is basically just to hide any sort of hyperpigmentation or discoloration. Now next, I think one of the most important steps of my makeup routine is blush. The key word of a makeup routine, especially in this case, is helping you look more awake. Awake is the key word. So with blush, it helps bring color to your face, and therefore it just makes you feel more awake and alive. Next, let's focus on the eyes. So I choose to use brown eyeliner because it's a bit more natural, and then I make sure to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. To me, the second, probably most important step of my routine is mascara because it just opens up my eyes and it helps me look more awake. And then here's a step if you need to, which I do. I fill in my eyebrows, just a quick eyebrow pencil to fill them in. Like I mentioned before, the laptop washes you out, so my eyebrows basically disappear. So I just fill in my eyebrows a little bit here. And then lastly, I finish with either a light lip color, but more importantly, I add a little gloss on top because lip gloss just makes it pop. It makes you look more awake, and it probably draws attention away from the rest of your face, so it's just a good distraction. All right, so that is my makeup routine. So this is what I look like before with no makeup on. And here's what I look like after I'm done my makeup routine. All right, skincare is done, makeup's done. It's time to head on over to my little makeshift home office where I've invested in a few things to make working from home a little bit better. All right, so you've done your skincare, you've done your makeup, you're feeling good, and now it's time to think about the office. The first thing you gotta think about is lighting source. Think about any time you took a picture or you filmed a video, right? Lighting matters so much. So when you're coming up with your office, if you're creating a space for yourself, try to choose a spot where it's in front of a light source. So if you have a natural source, like near a window, it'd be great if you can put your desk right there and have the light on you, and then it'll just look better overall. But if you don't have a light source, that's okay, because you can actually buy it now. So something that I've done, I went on Amazon and I found myself an artificial ring light, like an artificial source of light. It's a ring light. So I'm gonna show it to you right now. All right, let me bring it in. So I got one of these things. This is a 10-inch ring light and it's super affordable. It comes with its own tripod. It has different light functions as well. So you can actually change the light color, and we'll get into that, and how strong it is. So what I do is I literally set up the tripod right in front of my desk because obviously I want the light to shine on me. I'm gonna put it here, angle it towards where I am, and let me show you. It's magic. So I have this, I have it off usually, but the moment they're like, someone messages me, hop in a Zoom meeting, I just turn on the light and bam, light source, your face is gonna be lit. I actually put it in front because I actually don't want to cast any shadows on my face. I want it to wash me out, hide all the imperfections. This ring light actually has different modes, so you can change it to, I don't know if you can see that difference. This is the blue light, so it's like more, I guess, not as warm. And then there's a warm color feature. So if you know, you're struggling with, you're pale, you don't have a chance to tan, obviously, a warm light can make a difference for you if you prefer. I usually just go with the general white light because I feel like that is the most flattering. And you can also change the strength of it. So have a light source, put it in front of you, use it when you're about to hop on Zoom. You have to use it all the time, so that's the first thing. As you can see, most desks aren't eye level. So if you're working off a laptop, you're most likely having the camera pointing here. And if you're doing calls, they're literally just getting this angle. You don't want that. So whether you want to invest in an actual like laptop stand, whether you want to get really fancy with it, I actually don't need to. What I do is just grab whatever I have nearby. Let's say there's this candle. You can do a stack of books. You can grab a napkin box. I've done all of this. The idea is literally to find something that you can prop your laptop up so that you get a nicer eye level. And that's so important because you don't want them looking up at your jowls, right? If you're insecure about the tightening there, if you don't like, that angle's just not flattering overall, find something to prop up your laptop, sit so that it's eye level, and it will make a huge difference. So these are just simple tips that you can do to your environment that will make your Zoom experience just a bit better, and you won't cringe so much looking at yourself in the Zoom camera. Okay, so those are all the tips I have so far in terms of what you can do yourself to improve the Zoom experience. If you're feeling self-conscious about how you look, these are all just little tips you can do that will make you feel better. But if you're feeling like you want more done, there is another option, and this is actually getting really popular. People are looking into it. I'm talking about cosmetic treatments. There's a lot of people looking into how they can actually fix these issues. They don't want to, do all the little things every day. They just want it solved. And so I called up a friend. She's gonna come in and we're gonna talk to her and ask her all about these cosmetic treatments. All right, so we are now here with Jen. Jen, can you tell everyone about yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Jen. I'm one of the Clinica's nurse instructors. I've been a full-time cosmetic nurse for 4 years and a registered nurse for 6 years.
So have you heard about this Zoom face phenomenon before we even started filming this video?
I actually am very new to this terminology. I actually just heard about it 2 weeks ago. From my understanding, it's a combination of the lockdown and like an overload of Zoom meetings.
Yes.
So people are being forced to see themselves in unfavorable lighting, awkward angles. There's a huge emphasis on fine lines and wrinkles, under eye circles, sagging jawline, and double chins right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I know like lips too is another thing. I don't know what it is about like being locked at home. People just kind of started like losing, I guess, like life. Like they're tired, they're stressed. I feel like stress plays a big deal, like role in that, right? I'm curious about like, your clients. Have you heard maybe an increase in interest from your clients about these concerns?
Definitely, there has been a huge demand for the cosmetic industry since the lockdown started. There's been a huge demand for Botox, dermal fillers, platelet-rich plasma therapy, and facial skin tightening treatments.
Amazing, amazing. So let's talk about specific treatments. So pretend you're dealing with Zoom face, you're stressed out. What kind of treatments are best to deal with these symptoms?
So one of the main treatments people are interested in right now is Botox.
Okay.
So Botox is an injectable neurotoxin that is used to kind of paralyze the muscles temporarily. What it does is it actually stops the signals from the nerves to the muscles, and it stops the muscles from contracting. So this over time causes the muscles to relax and soften over time.
So I think one question, or maybe misconception people have is like, Botox doesn't necessarily like get rid of wrinkles, or is it like a prevention step?
So Botox works on specific types of wrinkles. I'm not sure if a lot of people know that we do have different types of wrinkles. So we have static wrinkles, we have dynamic wrinkles, and then we have something called wrinkle folds. So Botox works mostly on dynamic wrinkles, and those are wrinkles that are formed during muscular contractions. We have static wrinkles, which are wrinkles that are etched into the skin and are seen at rest. And then there are wrinkle folds, which are usually due to sagging of facial features. So like the nasolabial folds, for example.
There's something I read while like researching Zoom face. What's the difference between like Botox and what's like baby Botox? What makes something a baby? Like what's the difference there?
So baby Botox is more ideal for those who are kind of new to the industry and are afraid of going all out. So it's just micro doses of Botox all over the face just to give you like a preventative treatment.
Now, is there another treatment that you'd recommend for anyone struggling with Zoom face?
So dermal filler is a gel-like substance that's injected underneath the skin.
Okay.
And what it does is it actually restores volume, lost volume. It actually helps facial contours. It helps with enhancing facial contours and then hydrating the skin.
So I think a lot of people, for dermal fillers, when you hear fillers, you kind of just think lips, but it can be used in other areas as well, right? So what areas can you use it in?
Yeah, so the more advanced areas would be the temples. So lost volume in the temples, you can enhance the structures of your cheeks, your chin, jawline, bring hydration back into the lips. It can conceal lumps and depressions, or not lumps, sorry, bumps and depressions in the nose. It can actually be used to restore hydration in the hands as well. So there's a lot of different uses. There's different types of dermal fillers as well. So the ones that people are more used to are hyaluronic acid-based fillers. There's ones that are called calcium hydroxylapatite. There's ones that are called polyalactic acid, and those can be injected into like the butt, for example.
Is there another treatment that you think would be great to treat the Zoom face?
So PRP stands for platelet-rich plasma therapy. It's a treatment that utilizes your own blood to stimulate collagen production.
Wait, is this the famous vampire facial? I swear, like Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
See, like everyone knows like of this. I remember it went viral when she was using it, right?
Yeah.
The blood?
Exactly.
That sounds so scary.
Yeah.
Is it a difficult treatment?
So this treatment is actually very comfortable because we are numbing your face with topical lidocaine. There is no risk for allergic reaction because it is your own blood.
Right.
There are many different types of ways of how people perform PRP.
Yeah.
I've seen injectors do microneedling with PRP, but they apply it topically. There are other injectors that actually inject PRP with microneedling. And at the Clinica, we have the gun where it actually microneedles and delivers PRP at the same time.
So it like penetrates deeper with the gun, or how does that?
So the microneedling itself allows deeper penetration of the platelets.
What areas does this treatment specifically address?
Usually it's for the face. It treats hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, fine lines, dark circles, and lax skin.
Oh, so it's just like uplifts, it helps you glow? Because I think that's part of the issues, right? Like with Zoom face, being at home already, you're just feeling dull. All the time.
Dull, dehydrated.
And I feel like a lot of people are so critical of themselves, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've got to take the opportunity to just remind people like, no one's perfect, everyone's stressed out right now.
I think many people are able to adapt to the demands of Zoom face right now, whereas others are struggling with like anxiety and stress. If I had to give one advice, like if you can, just give yourself permission to turn off self-view.
That's actually a great point. We didn't touch on it earlier in the video, but there is the option to turn off the camera. So if you're feeling stressed out, just don't use that mode. You don't have to, and that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point. Jen, thank you so much for all this information. You guys, if you have any questions, be sure to send it to her. She's at Injector's Diary, and of course, the Clinica has social medias too, at the Clinica. You can send us all your questions and we'll get an answer for you. But thank you again so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, be patient on yourself like she said. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. We'll be there. And if you're interested in any of the treatments or the beauty tools, the Clinica is always offering discounts and stuff, so you can check it out in the links in the description. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.